Yo, welcome back, my dudes, to another episode of the Upstream Gaming Podcast. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It's me, myself, Moonflu, and Hyde, as always. After a long time, almost like 3 months, we have today in the podcast the legendary NuVai. How are you doing, man? Man, I'm sorry. It's my accent.
It's all
I'm an
good.
immigrant, but how are you?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful Saturday here in Hawaii. So
Mm,
it's absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for reaching out. This is my very first podcast ever. So I'm excited to see how this goes. And I absolutely love what Upstream Gaming is doing. I've spent all night watching the podcast. I'm super impressed. So I can't wait to
Thank
see
you,
where
man.
this goes. Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we're happy that you're a part of it too. The pleasure is ours, man. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
So,
we're just like,
don't make me blush now.
All right. So the first question, just something simple. What's your IP address? I'm just joking.
I'm still kind of new to the whole PC scene, so I couldn't even tell you. If a hacker was to be like, "Hey, this is your IP," I'd be like, "That's crazy," because I don't
yeah.
even know. So hey, like, thank you for telling me.
Alright,
Yeah,
man.
so how did you start streaming? How did you get into gaming?
Um, so streaming, it was actually about last year. I finally got my first PC. It was like a $500 pre-built one from
Mm.
a guy out in town that I guess he makes PCs. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll kind of test the waters with PC gaming. And it went super good, went really good. And then one of my friends was like, hey, we should start streaming. I was like, I don't really have the voice for it. I don't really know because growing up, I always had problems speaking. So public
Mm.
speaking was never my thing.
Okay.
And then
I get you.
I guess
Yeah.
streaming was kind of my way of saying, you know what, break that habit, just get out of your comfort zone, try something new. And then when I finally got out of the Marine Corps, I moved back here in Hawaii with my wife, and I have this little Harry Potter office. And I was like, you know what, this is where I'm gonna set up my PC. So originally starting out, I had nothing. I had one monitor. I didn't have a webcam for a while.
Mm.
Um, I also, when I finally first got my webcam, I didn't have my second monitor, so I didn't have anywhere to mount it.
Okay.
But I was using the box that the webcam came in as like a little area for it to go up on. So it was like a really slow process, but eventually it all worked out in the end. How I got into gaming, that actually goes way back. Being the youngest of four brothers, four sisters, all the brothers, yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
the young gang over
Oh
here.
yeah, the
Let's go.
Youngsters.
babies.
Yeah.
So my brothers, they liked gaming as well. They were really big into like gaming, sports, all of that stuff. So we had a PlayStation 1 at the house. So a bunch of Spyro. It was actually my mom that got me into Spyro,
Mm.
That's
ironically,
cool.
because she was always like, "Oh, get off the game, like pause it, or do something." I was like, "But Spyro, mom, come on now." Um, but yeah, ever since then, I would always play Spyro, the GoldenEye with my brothers, of course, Metal Gear
Mm.
Solid. That's one of my favorites. And yeah, since then I just have been playing ever since.
Very
That's real
cool,
cool.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just a little question. This is very off topic, by the way, but
Absolutely.
like, how's the weather there? Because here it's super cloudy and it was even raining before, and it's
That's
like I don't want to
mm.
do anything.
So you know what? It's actually pretty cloudy out here too.
Yeah.
Um, it's actually kind of funny that you mentioned that because a lot of my friends live in like the Texas or like the East Coast area,
Mm.
and
Okay.
they're always like, "Oh, it's so cold, like it's this degrees." I'm like, "Damn, that's crazy," because it's like 80 degrees here. I don't know. It's a
I'm
little cold
jealous.
if you ask me.
No, I'm jealous.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
80 degrees
jealous
is
about
pretty
it. Yeah.
good compared to here. I mean, we're like 50s, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I
Yeah.
would definitely trade because I love the cold. I would
Let's
much
just
rather
trade.
be. Oh, absolutely.
And
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy a ticket
all
right now.
yours.
All right. Yeah, let's start searching. They're
That's out
probably very
there.
cheap. They're probably very cheap at this
That's
moment
Oh
actually
yeah.
true.
too.
Oh yeah.
They're really cheap right now.
Yeah,
Um.
so yeah, you go.
Okay. Whatever. So the way we met you, it was really funny because
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
just playing Valorant one night. We were playing on
Yeah.
ranked, I think.
Yeah.
And then we saw your how do you call it? Like
Oh, is it the
The
banner thing?
Twitch,
the
yeah.
banner that says
Oh,
Twitch and then
okay.
brimstone on the side or something.
That was the only one I had unlocked. And I was like, you know what? I want something else. So I'm just going to put it. And yeah, it was actually a really funny way to meet. And I
Hmm.
mean, look where we are now. This is amazing.
Look,
I
this
know.
is gonna sound very mean, and it kind of is. I mean, at the moment that I saw the Twitch thing, I'm like,
Oh, God, we
maybe I
have a
can
Twitch
stream
streamer.
snipe him.
We
Yeah,
thought about
yeah,
stream
dude.
snapping. We were like,
And
should I?
but
Should
then
I?
I came to his stream and I'm like, dude, this guy is so nice. How am I gonna stream snipe this guy when he's so nice? Yeah. So I'm just like, good luck, and then I just left.
I
But
think
there's a
it'd be
plot
safe to
twist.
say that everyone who says that they've never stream sniped is a liar. Because I mean,
Yeah.
surely someone's like, "Oh, let me just tune in." It's like, "Oh, okay, there
Mhm.
he is," and then let me just close it down so it's not completely hacking.
Yeah, yeah. Not yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah. I
like it
mean,
was really funny.
I think you, Moonflow, you kept up the stream.
I kept on the stream because I wanted to know what skin, like what character he was, and then I remember I stream sniped you one round, and you had the op, like the not the op, the other one, the other sniper,
Marshall?
Oh, the
the marshal, I
marshal,
think.
yeah.
You were destroying my face. Like every
Yeah.
time I peeked, I always got sniped by you, and I was like,
Dude,
well,
it was scary because we got destroyed, especially because you were always sniping everybody. And it
mm,
was like,
Oh,
I'm scared
don't,
to go around the corner and get destroyed.
don't flatter me too much now. Like this is only, I think, in a couple days be around my third week of playing Valorant, and
oh,
Very
it's
cool.
it was a really hard learning curve because I was so used to other games such as like Siege. That was my
mm,
main
Oh, that's
my
cool.
main kind of game. And then eventually I just kind of fell out of it. Met some
mm,
other people and they were really into Valorant. I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind giving this game a try. It is free, so I mean,
Mm.
can't ever really complain with free.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't. I mean, if you don't pay to play the game, you can't get mad.
Yeah, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not bad at all, but like third week, I've been. I mean, I haven't been playing Valorant for like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I only played for like a couple of weeks, then I stopped because of school. School
Yeah.
always messes
yeah.
up everything.
That's
But
kind of why we also stopped the stream.
yeah, but then we started again, and then we met you, and now we're just playing all the
Yeah,
time. Are you like playing competitive or always
or
unranked?
like ranked.
So my friends like to play comp, and
Mm.
don't get me wrong, I do as well. But I feel like before I try to take comp seriously, there's a lot that that I have to learn about the game.
Yeah,
Mm.
So
yeah, that's
they're
true.
way ahead of me, and I'm still kind of learning like different angles. And they're like, oh well, yeah, you know, if you shoot this thing over that wall to this angle, it'll land here. I'm like,
Well, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
there's like different
Yeah,
strats.
Yeah, it's like, where's the protractor in that? Like,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
kind of
So I mean, both of us, we came from playing Fortnite, so it's
mhm.
very different because in Fortnite, it's like normally you can play in very high sensitivity too, you know.
Oh
So
yeah.
like I was trying to aim, it was so hard in Valorant, so I had to turn down my sensitivity and everything. It was very weird at the beginning.
yeah. It's really it's like like Valorant is such a different game. I mean, CS:GO,
It
CS:GO
is.
players they get it.
Yeah,
Like once they
Yeah.
play the game, they're like
Mhm.
pros at it. Freaking Immortal, Radiant. The first day they play it,
yeah,
Absolutely.
but yeah,
Absolutely.
like from other games to Valorant, it's kind of
yeah,
hard to like get used to it.
Oh, 100%. Especially the friends that I play with, like they came from CS:GO, and
Oh well,
I'm like, okay, well, I'm running and shooting and I'm aiming down. Why why is my
yeah,
shots not hitting? And
Mm,
they're like, oh no, you have to stand still. I was like, well, this is so different. Like,
mm,
yeah,
and I think that's what dragged me in was because it was different than what I'm used to,
Mm.
Mm.
and the challenge was there. And if I can beat that challenge of getting used to a different play style, then there's some satisfaction in that.
There
Yeah.
is, yeah. What's your main?
I was about to ask that. You read my
Ooh.
mind.
So don't hate me too much. When
Try not
I
to.
when I was
I'll
able to
try.
unlock my first agent, I unlocked Breach.
Reach.
So yeah, I
I
was
don't
just
even know the
blinding
agents.
everyone. Yeah, he's the guy that blinds everyone. Everyone
Mm.
hates him. And then recently I started getting into Sky because my friend was really good with Sky, and I was like, you know what? If I can be good, then that's two people that can play at that game.
Mm.
So I feel like I'm proficient with Sky. I wouldn't exactly call her my main.
Mm.
I did unlock Reyna, although I like to play more defensive, or like
Mhm.
take
Mm.
opportunities instead of just be like, hey,
Mm.
yeah, I'm gonna go right up
Just
in
push.
there. Yeah.
Mm.
I would probably say as of right now, Sky main,
Sky
only
main.
because that's like the only person I somewhat know how to play.
Mm. I I I'm trying to unlock Yoru. I like Sky, but when I'm playing against Sky, it's so annoying how her like flash thingies go around. You're like
Oh
Yeah.
trying to
yeah,
shoot them, and you're like,
you're
you're
like,
not
where is it?
dying.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
so annoying, and I'm like, well, I like Reina a lot, but
oh yeah,
that's it.
Reyna's loads of fun. Yoru
Mm.
looks a lot of fun, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's because I feel like I have a lot more to learn.
Mm.
I don't want to take a character that maybe someone else can definitely do better on, and then now they're playing, um, you know, whoever else is left on the board.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. I personally take Jet because I'm just like a maniac. I don't care. I just jump wherever. Yeah.
Yes.
So I do have a
That's true.
question for you. What do you think about the latest nerf to Jet and her? I think it was her Cloud Burst.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, for me personally, it kind of sucks because I used to be like, I used to love like just like get it. Like I used to plant the spike pretty much every time.
Mm-hmm.
So I would always like block entrances and then like put a cloud burst on myself to cover myself.
Yep.
And now that's harder because it always runs out, and then I'm just like out in the open. So
Yeah.
kind of sucks, but I mean, it's kind of fair because it doesn't really match her playstyle as much because it's more aggressive.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Uh,
changed it from 7 seconds to 4, or like the other way
Um.
4 or 5,
around.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
4
four and
point,
a
if I'm
half.
not mistaken.
Mm.
I believe
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So,
I mean,
uh, what does your family think of this? Do they like it, or are they like,
Um. I mean, some of them were a little like skeptical about it
mm.
because so like one of my brothers, he owned his own construction company.
oh,
Another
okay,
brother, he was also in the Marines as well, so he got out and he's working on aircraft, all that kind of stuff. So for me
cool.
to be a diesel mechanic in the Marine Corps, to get
Mm.
out and not pursue that career, it was kind of a shock, and everyone's like, oh well, you're
Oh, okay.
just playing video games, and you're just um like you're literally just playing video games. I was like, well, it's kind of more than that, because
Mm.
Yeah,
um
definitely.
you're creating a community, you're expanding friendships. Like, there's multiple people I've met that are really close friends, and it as weird as this might sound, it all started with a DM, or like,
Yeah.
just shoot your shot, like, hey, want to be friends? And it's like,
Mm.
now we stay up till 4 in the
Yeah.
morning playing video games, and
Yep.
like, we know each
Yeah.
other on a first name basis, and like, yeah, if you're ever in this area, you can come crash at my place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
people don't realize the potential that esports and gaming has in general. I mean,
Oh,
the NBA
absolutely.
finals had like 7.5 million like live viewers
Hmm.
last year. right during
That's yep.
COVID, where most people are gonna watch online. And then like not even a month ago, we had like a streamer, a Spanish streamer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get 2.5 million viewers streaming on Twitch
Yeah.
only, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Which is a very
it's crazy.
small platform compared to other platforms, right? And
Yeah,
that's just insane, you know? Like a third of
yeah,
the viewers that they got in NBA finals, you know? It's insane.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't see that, but
it's
it's
crazy. It's
there.
like some people. I I get what you're saying because I tried streaming myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, last year I did it. It's kind of fun and it's cool. Like seeing your community grow day
Yeah.
by day.
Yeah.
It's a slow process, but it's really cool seeing how it grows, how it expands, and how you like the more effort you put in it, the more people come. And like people that come to the stream, you're like, oh, what's up? And then it becomes like a family because you know them, like you
Yeah.
see them every day on the chat.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's really cool streaming.
Absolutely.
But yeah, everybody have their different experiences with it,
Opinions, yeah.
opinions on the matter too.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah.
it's it's definitely loads of fun. Um, but it is now. I never thought. When I first started streaming, I never thought I would end up saying this, but it's tiring. It's
Mm,
actually exhausting because like
Yeah.
you stream and then you finish and you're like, okay, well now I'm gonna rewatch the entire stream to pull clips, and then
mm,
then from those clips you go into your video editing process. You think, hey, what could work interaction wise, or how can I make this where people would want to view this.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there was some nights where I would end up finishing and I'd look at the time and it's like 3 in the morning and it's like, oh, I better go to sleep because I have a stream in maybe like 7, 8 hours from now.
Wow.
That's crazy. It's just crazy schedule. Like streaming is
Hmm.
just crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
like editing videos, get like checking your socials all the time because you're
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, what if someone
Yes.
comments? What if everything? Like posting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, like it's
Oh
crazy
yes.
how it can go.
Yeah.
Just
I,
yeah.
I think it's especially very tiring at the beginning, because when you look at, I think a lot of people have a misconception that you can always, people can always pay for an editor or something like that, and they can always
Yeah.
have a manager. But at the beginning, everyone is gonna have to learn how to edit their own videos, learn how to manage their
Absolutely.
own socials, and learn how to have like good time management. And that's always gonna be, that there's no exception to that rule. And eventually,
Absolutely.
as you grow bigger, you're gonna have the opportunity, but you gotta work for it. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard.
Kind of yeah, it's kind of crazy. And like I think one of the key points of streaming it's like networking most of the
Yes.
time.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
crazy.
The common thing I used to see a lot was when people think of networking, it's just I want to be your friend because you're a streamer and what can
Mm,
I gain from you? But instead, the way I try to look at it is what can I offer you as a friend?
Yes.
mm,
Because when I first started out, people would message me be like, "Hey, if you ever want to play sometime, like we can co-stream." And it's kind of like, okay, well, if all you want to do is co-stream and not like be my friend,
mm,
I don't know if that's exactly what I'm like, if I'm down for that. It's a lot more rewarding um, to make friends through networking instead of just connections.
mm.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. It's so crazy how it we like gaming connect to a lot of people because
Yeah.
I've met so many people in streaming and then those
Absolutely.
people end up being like really really cool and then you like have this friendship that takes you
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
other people
absolutely.
Yes.
and it just becomes like a big family of gamers just
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
live, you know?
I mean, I didn't. I mean, I thought, I didn't know all that stuff about your socials and stuff, because I was just like, I just checked your stream out once, so I didn't know that much about you. But that's pretty cool, because a lot of the time you see streamers just like they just stream for 8 hours a day and then that's it.
Yep.
And it's like, hey, that's not where it's over. You gotta keep grinding. You gotta
Yeah.
upload. You gotta get other people to see you. Because
A
you're not
hundred
gonna
percent.
grow otherwise. So
Mhm.
very cool.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's the biggest mistake when you
Yeah,
like just stream and that's it, and you expect for people to come to your stream magically.
Absolutely. That's
yeah,
exactly what
especially on Twitch.
oh, Twitch. Yeah, Twitch has 0
Yeah,
from what from what I've seen. I mean, I think I've actually been consistently streaming for in March, it would be my 1 year. Um, but
wow.
yeah, I haven't really found much people that have found me through Twitch. It was mostly through Instagram. Ever since TikTok blew up, I've been trying to,
Yeah,
increase
TikTok
my
is powerful.
presence. It truly is, and um, it's not hard either. Just got to make the video. Well, I think I should take that back. It is difficult.
I think the
To
idea of
interact.
it is like simple, but like the
Yes.
process of it is hard. Yeah,
Oh, yes.
yeah. So what's like the reason you stream?
Oh, the reason I stream. Well, so first reason, uh, I was always really quiet. I never used to talk. Um,
Okay.
I mean, unless it's just with a group of friends, then
Mm.
I'd talk I talk their ears off. Um, I think the reason why I started to take streaming more seriously was just because I wanted to provide some kind of positivity. Because it seems like all over social media now,
Yes.
hate and toxicity sells a lot cheaper and easier
Mm.
than just being, chill, just being nice.
Yes.
So I
That's very
I,
true.
I definitely want to try to be like a light, especially in current times. COVID,
Mhm.
being trapped at home,
Mm.
it sucks. It definitely sucks, and I just want to create a place where people feel like they can come in, hang out, and we could just chat because I I'm not that good at video games
Mm.
by no
Me
margin.
neither.
But I'm a firm believer that as long as you're having fun, that's what truly matters. Gaming or not gaming. So
Mm.
that's that's more or less the reason why I started streaming.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's a really cool reason because I think different people start for different reasons. Some people start
Mhm.
for more for the money
Money.
side,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
like what I'm gonna gain. Um, but then other people start like you. You're saying that yeah, you were a really quiet kid, a really quiet, like shy person. I
Yeah.
myself, I am still a really shy person sometimes.
Hmm.
Um, it's just when I get comfortable that I just talk and I talk and talk.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I think streaming really helps people. Like especially because you're not like talking face to face like we're doing right now.
Yes.
You just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
reading the chat and you just answer because you can't really see their facial expressions and you're like, oh, they
Hmm.
didn't like what I
Yeah.
responded.
You
Oh,
don't feel
like,
like judged.
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah.
So I think that's like an easier thing, but at the same time, it's not that easy because it's like a halfway conversation
Yes.
because you're showing
Mm.
yourself, you're talking, but they're just texting. So yeah,
Yeah. It's just
it's
texting, bro. It's a giant
yeah,
group chat,
but
but the only person that's showing their face is you.
it's you, yeah, the only
It's
person with the
literally it.
webcam.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I
But
mean,
yeah, I mean,
dude, we got very lucky, because I mean, most of the time that you see someone that is like a Twitch streamer in any game, literally, it's just like some like teenager, some young person like
yeah,
trying to stream and like not really doing much, like the social stuff, not really actually grinding for it. So very cool that we were able to have you, man.
sure,
I
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely appreciate the opportunity. Like this is amazing, and I love what Upstream Gaming is doing. So thank you so
thank you,
much.
man.
Like
Thank
this
you.
is
appreciate it,
awesome.
dude. Like, yeah, like for example, I see some kids like you can look up anybody's stream on Valorant or Fortnite or
The
CS:GO,
0 or 1
and
viewers. Yeah.
yeah, 0-1 viewers. the biggest problem is, or they don't have a face cam, or they didn't talk to chat. That's the biggest problem. And
They don't
like
talk
whenever
to
I got
chat.
to your stream, you were talking to chat, you were like responding messages almost like immediately, even there's like a delay on almost every single
Yeah.
stream.
Hmm.
But yeah, you were like, you were, first of all, you were nice, because that's hard to
Yeah, yeah.
find on like streamers. You were nice. And second of all, you're always there interacting with the chat. So I think you're gonna go places.
Yeah.
If you keep grinding and you keep working at it. But yeah, yeah, dude, just
It's a
keep
motivational
going at it.
speech what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is very off topic again. I like off topic things. I'm very
Oh, I
random.
love them. I love
Really
them.
off
Right.
topic.
But you said you were from Hawaii, so have you ever like tried to surf or something like that? Or do you know people that do it?
Ooh.
Or
So I don't exactly have the best balance in the world.
Mhm.
me neither?
So yeah, I used to skateboard quite a lot.
Mhm.
That's
Um,
cool.
After an accident, yeah. Since then I haven't touched it, but my family was really like they were into surfing.
Mhm.
That's
Um,
cool.
but my brother, he like got wiped out by a wave, and the board, one of the fins cut his arm open. So
Oh.
it's a scar like this big on his arm. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't think that's for me. I'm like 5'6",
Oh.
5'7" on a good day, maybe like 150 soaking wet. So I don't think I'd exactly hold out the same way you would. So,
Mhm.
surfing really was never my thing. I mean,
Mhm.
boogie boarding, that's definitely fun, but
What's boogie
actual,
boarding?
Right.
so
I'm gonna
boogie
check it
boarding
out.
is more or less like just like a little board. You don't
Mhm.
stand on it. I mean, some people, I don't know how they do it, but they do it. You just
Oh,
catch
you
a
just
wave and
like
you kind of just lay on it.
you're
Yeah.
like on yeah, you're on your belly.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean that looks fun.
dude, that's better than just cutting your arm open with a board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, once that happened, I was like,
Getting swallowed by a wave.
oh yeah.
Yeah, doesn't sound like fun. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to try surfing. I don't want to try dying, but it,
Yeah.
it, it, it looks fun. Is the ocean cold in Hawaii?
I would definitely say so.
Yeah.
Especially
And
during
it's the
this time of the
Pacific.
year. Yeah, especially during like
Yeah.
this time of the year, it's definitely going to be cold. Towards like the summer, it's not as cold, but
Mhm.
I I would definitely say yeah, it's pretty cold. Eventually, your body gets used to it though. Maybe like 5-10 minutes in the water, you'll be good. But
Good to go.
yeah,
I've heard people say that the oceans in like California and just like in the Pacific in general tend to be very cold. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely pretty cold. When I was out in Okinawa, the water was definitely pretty warm in my opinion. But
Mhm.
you know, coming back home, it just seems like it's always cold.
Mhm. Dude, like think Hawaii. It's one of the places I want to go.
Yeah.
Like if someone told me where you want to go, I would say Hawaii. Because I don't know why Hawaii seems such a nice place to be at. I don't know why.
It's
I
definitely a beautiful place. But you will end up paying the price for beauty because everything's expensive here.
yeah, that's true.
So like $7 for milk kind
Oh
of
dang.
deal,
Oh, what a
or like
beautiful price tag.
Beautiful
just
price
Yeah.
tag.
Oh
The
wow.
design on
Yeah.
that has to be perfect.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The price tag is beautiful. The place is beautiful. Yeah. I made a project on Hawaii for school. It was like your dream vacation. And I made a
Ooh.
project on Hawaii. And it was pretty cool. So uh I was like, oh, maybe this was just a project, but I might, if I ever
I
go
might
on a
act on
vacation,
this.
I might go. Yeah. Seems pretty cool.
It's definitely a beautiful place. Which island were you planning on going to? Big
The
Island is
main
really
island.
nice. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
Honolulu, I
Oahu.
think.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know the
Hmm.
names of the islands. I just like
Yeah, me
all I
neither.
know is the
Just the
capital.
main one and the big one,
The
and then
big
there's the
one,
capital one.
there's that big one, and then that very small one, and then
I
And then there's
barely
yeah.
like
know
the
the
little
name of
other
the
ones.
roads.
Oh
Oh,
no, yeah. It's funny hearing your GPS say like roads out here. It's like
Right.
on Kamehameha Highway. It's like no, sweetheart. It's Kamehameha.
yeah. It's like,
Like good try
can
though.
you
Good
can you
try.
try English?
Can you please say it
yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, that's kind of funny.
Let's get cool.
Yeah. So what's like a common misconception about Hawaii? Because I imagine when you come from a certain place, normally people have like a lot of stereotypes and stuff. So like, what's a
Yeah, it
very
has to be.
common misconception
Oh, the
about Hawaii?
hula dancers and all of that. It's not really that common. I mean, unless you go to like the main tourist attraction areas.
yeah.
Mhm.
Um, aside from that, you never really see that, or like the big pig with the apple in the mouth kind of thing.
Oh
Um,
dang.
you never really see. I mean, sure, you'll see them at backyard like family parties kind of thing.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's very from what I've seen and from what I've been to, it wasn't as common as like movies and whatnot say it is.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, people always like get the juice out of that whenever they do certain things. So I
Mm-hmm.
guess that's why and it happens everywhere too.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
yeah, it happens all the time.
All right, so question for y'all: what was the like the point where both you decided, hey, let's start this podcast, like
Hmm.
let's do it?
Hi, do you want to answer that? Do you want me to?
I mean, I guess I mean, you can answer it because I just talked.
You want to rock, paper, scissors or what?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, just go, just go.
Okay. Oh, at least my main idea whenever, because I think I pitched the idea to Hyde, if I'm
Hmm.
not wrong. I
Yeah,
don't
I think
remember
so.
very well. I pitched the idea to Hyde and I was like, yo, I tried streaming. I know how difficult it can be to reach more people,
Mm.
especially because sometimes doing YouTube videos, it's kind of hard. Like, you have to stream
Absolutely.
and then doing like a 15-10 minute long YouTube video, that's kind of hard. So, and
Hmm.
people don't know the streamers. So my idea
Mm.
was like, yo, what if we make a podcast showing cool streamers, like people that you see
Like
that
you.
they really want to grow,
Yeah.
like new upcoming streamers, and we're like, I think it would be a really cool idea to do, yeah, a podcast about it, help them kind of grow in a way, because there'll be a YouTube video about them,
Yes.
about their journey in YouTube. So I think that's the main point that I had in my mind when I pitched the idea to Hype. So
That's
yeah.
a beautiful. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love
Yeah,
it.
because I feel like a lot of people just like rely on luck a lot, like on luck. So
Hmm.
they have a very fatalistic idea of like, some people get it, some people don't, and that's just how it works. And it's not true for like most things in life. And when you like actually take your time to like analyze things and learn about the industry, you realize that there's a lot that goes into it. And it's kind of sad when like especially young people like teenagers and kids, because like right now YouTube and like streaming and all that stuff, that's like the most wanted job pretty much for young people,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
and it's sad that a lot of them are not gonna get there, and they might even become pessimists because they didn't look in the right place, and
Mm,
they might have worked very
Absolutely.
hard but they didn't work smart, and that's what really matters.
Yes.
dang,
That
bro.
So
What a
that
speech.
that was that
yeah.
was deep. That
Mm,
that that actually hit home pretty good because like I definitely understand that it's especially since COVID hit, everyone
Mm,
started streaming, and
yeah.
mhm,
I will raise my hand and say I definitely jumped in. Um, and you can work as hard as you want, as hard as you can in streaming, but a lot of people will get what they see as nowhere, and they
Mm,
don't see the progress that they've made over 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and
Mm.
um, it sucks. It sucks because I've seen awesome content creators. They're just like, I got nowhere, and it's like, but if you look at it, yes, you did, because you learned so many things that you didn't know
Mm.
over a short period of time. And they're just like, oh well, now I have a sour taste in my mouth. Like, it sucks. I don't want to ever do it again. It's like, I
yeah,
I looked up to you. You could have went so far.
Mm.
yeah. And then they give up, and then they tell other people that it's a bad idea, you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's important to like, because a lot of people are just like watching content, whatever. But I think the
Hmm.
content that you watch also helps you a lot, you know. Like I also watched other podcasts that like with other content creators, and I think in a podcast, people like talk more about like their journey and stuff. So you learn a lot about what they did to actually get there, you know, and that's what
Absolutely.
matters a lot. Yeah. So like Devin Nash or like Alpha Gaming, stuff like that. Like if you watch that stuff, you're gonna learn and you're gonna, you know, have a different perspective and you're gonna get farther in streaming and gaming in general. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
Facts. Facts. Especially because like everybody started doing it, so it's kind of
Yeah.
harder to do now. But yeah, you know, you can't just stream for 8 hours and just expect to grow. It's just
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
grind, the journey, like you said. Like some people just see growth on the numbers and
Yep.
not by the community that they grew. Because there's
Absolutely.
there's
Yeah.
also people watching you, and just because there's only five, four, six, seven people only watching you, it doesn't mean that you didn't make any progress. It just means that there's more people that you can reach.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Um,
Yeah.
like, I know some people have a problem with lurkers, and because they're lurking and your chat's not
Mm,
very active, I the way I look at it is that while I am streaming, people are willing to have me up in the background while they're doing, their daily tasks. Maybe they're cleaning the house and they can't actively talk right now.
Mm.
But just the fact that they have me pulled up on their phone or on their computer, like that means a lot, because like, out of how many millions of streamers out there, they chose to have me pulled up. And I mean, maybe they have other people pulled up. That's
Mm.
completely fine, because that would
yeah.
mean, two or three being pulled up. I'm one of those.
That's true. I never really thought
Yeah.
about it that way, but yeah, it's like
Yeah.
they like you mean something to them for them to keep
Mm,
you there. Maybe they're not talking to you, but you're there.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I've never streamed myself, so I can't relate. But that's very cool to hear. I never saw things from that perspective, but that's pretty cool, in my opinion. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think having the first, I think the best feeling is having the first follower or just someone chatting in your chat for the first
Oh,
time. I
yeah.
think
yeah.
it's just kind of cool. It's really cool.
Oh, absolutely. I do remember my first follower. It was and still pretty active to this day. We are pretty much on the other side of the world, so it's very hard to maintain the same schedule. But I still
Mm.
remember it. I still remember my first raid. I was like, hey, hun, can you grab the camera, take a picture? Like, this is my first raid. This is awesome. And
Mm.
yeah, it's such a journey, like, looking back on everything that's happened. It's a blessing. It
Mm.
really is.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, look at if you look at gaming, it's just insane how you can like meet someone and have like such a good like relationship kind of, and
Hmm.
they're in the other side of the world and you can get to know them, because like we're like
Absolutely.
3,500 miles away from each other and we're having this very chill and cool conversation. We're in
Hmm.
totally different age groups, but we're still here, right? So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think like
Yeah.
gaming also it's also it depends on how you use it. Because most of the times parents are like, oh, you're just wasting your time. Oh, you're just doing this. And maybe some kids, I'm not gonna say
Yeah. Yeah.
no,
That's
because it
true.
happens. They spend like 8 hours, 4 hours just playing, and
Hmm.
that's all they do. That's not really gonna get you anywhere. Um, but if you're trying to grow something, then for me at least, I think that's good because that means you're trying to you're being an entrepreneur. You know,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
that's
Yes.
that's
Yes.
basically
It's a
what you're doing.
business.
You're like growing something from zero because
Hmm.
once you start one stream, that's the beginning of everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like the first stream after that, you're hooked. You're
Mm-hmm.
hooked, and it you get so hooked though that you stream for an insane amount of hours, and then it's like, hey, I'm too tired to make clips, or I'm too tired to post on social media or any of those kind of things.
Yeah,
So
that's
Yeah.
it's
true.
Gets hard at
like
times.
a huge misconception that I found out actually was hurting me was I thought, hey, look, if I stream more, so I used to stream every single day for about 8 or 9 hours. And
Mm.
I had this idea where if I streamed more and more and more people will come. So the word
Yeah.
more was really big in my head, but then I had to step back and think, like, what about less?
Mm.
Make
Yes.
a schedule. So I only stream Monday through Thursdays. Um, pretty
Yeah.
much the weekends and
Less is
all that.
more.
Exactly. There's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
there's a lot more you can gain from less, because you're able to put out more onto other social medias by streaming less.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, um, I think you might know Harry Seller.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
All the
was
grinders know
all
him.
the grinders know Harry Seller.
Yeah.
Um, I was watching this video and he said that sometimes if you focus more on putting content out there,
Hmm.
you're gonna grow more. So, like you said, you have to step back and see, hey, if this is not working
Hmm.
because I'm streaming way too much and I'm not putting enough content, then I have to, set aside sometimes to do content only, and some days to stream. And um that's really cool that you like noticed that, oh, this is not working. I'm gonna try to do something different. And that's the whole point of streaming. Cause like you have to think what's working, think what's not, improve some stuff. It's just how it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a ever like evolving and changing kind of like business, because what may work for someone else might not work for you, and that's okay. Um, a lot of my friends, they do things very differently than I do. Um, and it works for them. I tried it out, it didn't work for me, and I mean that's okay. I just got to find a different path, and I think that's what
Mm,
I really like about streaming content creating is that there's no one way to do things. There's multiple different ways. So
mm,
like some people, they don't even stream. They just, are recording their gameplay clips, and they'll post it, and now they have a huge following. Now they have sponsors, all that stuff. They compete in tournaments, arenas, all of that.
mm,
And another big thing that I found out, well, I'm sure everyone else has already been doing it ages
Hmm.
before me. Um, if you're not streaming, why not record the gameplay that you're playing? Just for some extra clips.
mm-hmm.
I
Like
Yeah,
literally
it's
realized that yesterday.
dude.
It's very
Yesterday.
funny because
yeah.
we were just yeah, it was very funny. Like, and then like Mufo was like, dude, you should like record some of this, and I'm like, no, there's really no point, right? And then like
Yeah.
it was very late at night. It was like what? Well, not very late. It was like 10,
I was
9.
like 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just playing Spike Rush, and it was very funny because sometimes people, they can be very charismatic and come up with very creative things, and it's very funny. So then I thought, dude, this would be good content. Like
Like,
this
yeah,
stuff,
bro. You
yeah,
waste a
this
lot of
stuff.
Absolutely.
If I
content.
put this on YouTube, people would watch it. you know?
Yeah,
So like I'm thinking,
absolutely.
yeah, I should probably, mess around, have fun with the game, and then I can put it in YouTube, and some people
Mm,
might enjoy it.
Yeah, because I mean,
yeah.
just because you're not streaming, you don't have a face cam up, you don't have your overlays, all that, doesn't mean that it's not content. I mean, s-
Yes.
True.
you can make content out of anything. If you're playing a game, you're just having fun on Spike Rush, or
Yeah.
you're in an unrated game. I don't know about y'all, but for some reason, I tend to play a lot better when I'm not streaming. So, I just end up
Oh yeah,
recording
that's
it,
true.
right?
Just pressure
I
somehow.
used to I
Yeah.
used to I used to play with Moonflows in Fortnite when he used to stream it.
Hmm.
And it's funny because he wouldn't play good when he was streaming,
It's
right? And
just
then
I don't know
maybe
why.
we would play some
It's the
duos after
pressure. It's the
stream.
pressure.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. And then he would just be like very good, and I'm like, wait, dude, like, where were
You know,
you?
like
Like, what
yeah.
happened?
just building a 5-star hotel in the middle of a field in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
insane.
I don't know why, dude. Like it's funny how yeah, when you play with that like no streaming, you're like, "Oh, I can hit this crazy shot." Boom, you do it and you're like, "Yeah, I knew I could do that." And you just play crazy
Oh,
stuff
I
and you're
forgot
like,
it's
Yeah.
not recording.
"Oh, oops."
It's
And
like
then I'm
forgot to
like, "Oh,
press record.
let's
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot to record, guys. Nah,
Oh,
just
I
saying
hate
that.
that.
Imagine.
Oh, that's
Oh,
really
that
bad."
that's like my biggest fear is to like just turn around and be like, oh, it wasn't recording,
Wasn't
and
recording.
then it's like that would be very sad. Yeah,
Dang, bro.
I don't
So what
think.
what do you
Yeah,
can
go
go.
on, go on.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Um so what do you did you learn how to edit your own videos and like how to do everything by
um,
yourself or
so originally I started out with DaVinci Resolve, and
Mm,
for a free
Never
app,
heard
it's
of it.
definitely it's a free video editing app, and um, it's actually really good. It's not bad at all. I enjoyed it. Um, although one of my friends, he's like really good at video editing and whatnot.
mhm,
So I asked him, I was like, "Hey, what program do you use?" And that's when he introduced me to Adobe Premiere Pro. And so I
Mm,
was like, you know what? I might just give that a try.
mm,
There is you do have to pay for it. There's a subscription and all that.
mm.
But if you're gonna use it, why not pay for it?
It's an investment.
Uh, yeah, I invested in it. I think it's an awesome investment. I use it every single day. After I get done with gaming, I'll hop right into that.
mm,
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I pretty much watched videos, like I'd spend hours a night just how do I do this, or what is this called? Just pretty much video editing for dummies kind of thing. And I was like, oh, what does this term mean? Or what is resolution and all that stuff?
mm.
Or what's
Yeah.
aspect ratio? I'm not gonna lie. I still
I
have
don't
a
know what that
lot to
is.
learn. Yeah, I have a
I don't
lot
know
to
what that
learn.
is. I'm a lot more interested in like the marketing kind of side of like streaming and gaming.
Hmm.
So like, but then I'm like, I have to learn this editing stuff, and
Oh yeah.
I haven't really done that much in it, and I think I have to start working harder on it. Yeah, if I want to like
I
do
think
videos at some point.
I think like streaming people just say, "Oh, you're playing games. That's it." But I think streaming really teaches you a lot of skill sets around everything. Cuz you learn how to like talk to people,
Hmm.
you learn how to edit your own videos, that's video editing.
Oh yeah,
If you do
absolutely.
YouTube, you do Photoshop. It's like a lot of
Oh yeah.
skill sets that really help around that world of entertainment. So like maybe you decide to stop streaming. For example, I decided to stop streaming and now I'm
Hmm.
doing graphic design. And it's crazy how streaming can help you with different skill sets. Just
Oh
because
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Because it was actually the same friend that introduced me to Adobe Premiere Pro. So he actually started making his own emotes and like animations for his stream,
Mm,
and it was all self-taught. He was just like, you know what? Instead of paying, I can just teach myself. And now, if he
Yeah.
ever, decides to stop content creation, now he knows how to do so many more things that can be applied pretty much anywhere. Marketing or, just entertainment. You could even
Yeah.
freelance
Yeah.
his skills.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's kind of what Moonflow did, because he, when we were young in Colombia, it was just like, he had a computer, a bunch of free time, so he just decided to like edit stuff, do videos, like, cause why not,
It
Yeah.
was so
And now he's
cringy.
just, yeah, it was very cringy. We're not gonna talk
Those
about
videos.
that.
Yeah, no.
Let's
All
talk
right, so
about the
write
end
that
result.
down. Look up Moonflow's got it.
Look up the first. It's just.
Oh no, it's a different channel though. You're not gonna find.
Oh,
I
It's
really want to
hidden.
know this. How did you come up with your name? Because I think coming up with
Yeah,
names
that's
is
true.
like such
ooh.
a I don't know, like mentality moment that you're like, what's gonna sound good? Like I don't know.
Oh man. Okay, so originally before my like username for everything was Gambit. And my thought process behind that wasn't like the superhero, all that. It was
Mm.
because Gambit is using like the enemies um like movements and what they do, using that against them
Mm.
to gain the advantage. But then, a lot of people are like, "Oh, haha, your name's Gambit. Haha, you're like the superhero that no one cares about." It's like, okay, but you got to admit, he's actually pretty cool. Like he has cards. That's
Wait,
cool.
wait.
That's
I
true.
want to search him up.
Searching up Gambit.
Oh,
Gambit.
look, I didn't remember this dude until you named him, but I think I heard of him like a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
Mm.
I
But I
think he
mean,
was in like a
I
X-Men
forgot about
movie.
him completely. I mean, the first thing that comes to my head when I hear Gambit is like chess, but like
Yeah,
not the
right.
superhero.
And then so I got sent out to the field, and out in the field there's nothing to do aside from work and like try to hide from working. So I was laying down in my cot one night and I was thinking, like, you know what? Once I get back, I might try to, change up my name and whatnot. So I thought about it. I was like, I had maybe like 10 to 15 different names, and I sent them all to my girlfriend at the time. I sent it to her, and she was like, I don't know, like that one kind of is like, man, that one's kind of mad. That one sounds mainstream. I was like, that's fair, like it's the criticism.
Mhm.
And then I originally wanted to go with Vi because it was short.
Bye.
It was like rememberable, or like it was memorable.
Mhm.
And Vi is pretty much just, it's 3 characters, way too short. So I was like, what can I add? And then I was like, how about just a new in the beginning of it? It's 2
Why
letters. It
not?
fits. Yeah, it fits the username.
Yeah.
And yeah, NuVai, that's where pretty much it came from. The only reason though that there's a underscore at the end of my name on Twitch is because NuVai was already taken.
I hate
By
Um,
that.
who?
so he's actually
By
really
NuVai.
cool. Yeah, by NuVai. So the username was taken. He's actually super chill about it. I messaged the person, and I was like, hey, this might sound kind of weird, but can I have your username? And he's like, yeah, sure. I'm all the way on the other side of the world. Our time zones are really bad. So let me know when you're home. I'll let you know when I'm home. We can do the swap. Come to
Mm.
find out, there's a 6-month waiting period. After a username
Oh,
gets changed, it goes into a pool where it pretty much sits there for 6 months and it can't be used again. So I think I'm about 4 days off from today to being able to change my name to not have an underscore.
So close.
oh. Well, we gotta celebrate.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
like
doing
Just
some
for an
Valorant after?
underscore.
yeah. Let's do it right
Yeah.
now.
All
I'm
right.
just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get a plane ticket.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's funny. 6 months for an underscore.
And just for an underscore.
Just for oh wow,
The
but it just
value of one character.
yeah, it
that's
makes
insane.
a big change.
Oh,
Makes a
absolutely.
big change in your
I
name. For
feel like
example,
go on, go on.
oh, like for example, my name. On some things, I spell it with three O's at the end and sometimes two. The main one is two, but I don't know why. Sometimes I did three. So like some people are like, "Are you Moonflu with the three O's or two O's?" And I'm like, "Just try
I'm
both."
both.
No, I don't
Like,
know. I'm both.
yeah,
And two, yeah,
Yeah.
two personalities.
It was funny because at the beginning he would always go by Moonflow, but
yes.
people would say
Yeah.
Moonflu.
Mm,
So he was like, "Wait, I'm not a virus."
I'm like,
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, it's
funny
kind of
because
funny.
like the pronunciation of names, you're just kind of like it's close. Yeah, I
it's
appreciate the
not
effort.
there.
Like the most common one I hear is NuVai. I was like,
Neve.
Okay.
I don't know where the A came from, or like the "vey" part, but
Yeah.
different pronunciations, different,
Yeah.
you know.
It's
Yeah.
just weird.
So because Spanish is my native language, so like normally I just see things kind of like there's just one way to look at a word,
True.
because that's
Yep.
how it is in Spanish, and then in English
Right.
it's so complicated,
Oh yeah,
so weird.
absolutely.
Yeah, they mix. There's like 1,000 ways to pronounce one word, but like in Spanish it's just ambiguous. There's nothing complicated about it.
Yeah, it's straight to the point, cut and dry. Just
Yeah.
this is how you say it.
Mm,
It's how
Mm.
we've always said it. So we're gonna keep it going.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, so much easier
That's
like
very
that.
cool. And I see merch on your shirt.
Yeah. So one of
Oh
the
yeah, that's
neighborhood,
merch.
he was like,
Kind of
hey,
clean.
I like your logo. What about merch? And I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. I've never done merch. But plus, who would want to wear it?
Mm,
And so I decided, hey, you know what? Why not try out just putting some out there?
mm.
And it went really good, actually. So yeah, this is
Self-promote time, right?
what's up?
What?
Self-promote time.
Oh no,
Self promote. I mean, yeah.
What's the
oh no,
website?
No,
Yeah.
this is to self promote yourself.
Yeah.
Honestly,
oh
this is
no,
just
Yeah,
oh
come on.
no. Now so it's currently on Streamlabs.
mm,
So that's kind of the weird thing. The
Wait, so
link
how do
is
you
like
get to
really
it?
so if you do go on my Twitch profile, go into the About Me. If you scroll down, you'll see its own
Okay.
dedicated like header for it, and you can
mm,
go ahead and click
Okay.
on that, and it'll go take you straight to the Streamlabs store. Um, I was a little bit late on it, but I did add like hoodies and whatnot because of like the
mm.
cold. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would never need
Yeah.
one out here, although my wife might argue differently. She gets cold literally, and if the fan's on. But
I think this is just my opinion, but I think women tend to get cold faster or more than men in general. Because my mom gets cold all the time, but we
Yes.
don't.
It's like it's cold, right? And I'm like,
like,
not for me.
Yeah, she's
No, no,
like
no.
no,
freezing, with a coat. She's freezing with a coat. And then here we just have a t-shirt and she's like, "But are you not cold?" I
it's
don't
it's
know.
funny
It's just
because
weird.
like
Yeah.
I'll have the AC on, the fan blowing in my little Harry Potter office because like it gets insanely hot in here. Um,
Mm, I
and
bet.
I'll be like sweating, and I'll come outside and like my wife's in her little robe that I bought her. She'll have
Uh-huh.
the baby blue sweater on, and then she'll have her little fur blanket. And I'm like,
Oh.
how are you not hot? She's like, I'm freezing. It's like I'm literally
Oh
sweating
no.
in here. Like this is
Like,
terrible.
honey,
Oh
why are you not
no.
cold? And you're like, I just ended up like an 8 hour stream. How are you not warm?
Like, sorry, babe,
Bro, you're
I just
lagging.
clutched.
I just
You're
clutched. I'm
lagging a
sorry.
little, Moonflow.
Intensity. What happens? But yeah.
Like,
Wow, man.
I just won an overtime, babe. I'm sorry. Like hands are shaking. Just
Wow, that's funny, man. That's funny.
That's very good.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. Thank you so much for accepting the being on the podcast because
Yeah.
we've been searching people and it's kind of like nerve wracking sometimes, like asking people because you don't know how they're gonna react. You're like, they're just little teenagers trying to do some stuff, but
no. It was
anybody, no matter what age group they are, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's the beauty of gaming. It's there's really not a lot of limits to what you can do depending on your age, which is like very common for a lot of other fields and careers and everything.
Hmm.
But like, we have like Ami in it, just a 15-year-old. He just got his braces taken off, and he's making like thousands of dollars every day
Oh yeah.
just from his stream. Like just from ad
Crazy.
revenue, he's making like way more than some people are doing like a year. So like,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of limits, and if you want something, you gotta go get it.
Exactly.
And
And especially
yeah,
now with the world changing so
yes,
fast, like now is the time to
mm,
get out there and, try new things. And even if you don't exactly get it the way you want it, you still at least tried and you learn,
Mm-hmm.
like every day I'm learning new things. Like and that's what's awesome about what we're all doing here, content creating. We're learning constantly. There's never really a
yeah,
dull moment. It's just kind of like, okay, well now I know this. Like, okay, well, how can I apply that and
Mm-hmm.
add that on to the things I already know? And then boom, you have like a beautiful masterpiece.
True.
yeah. I used to just think that it was just like some people get it, some people don't, just like luck and whatever. But it's
Mm.
very interesting because there's so much into it. There's like so
There
many
is.
layers, and you can
Oh
keep
yeah.
going down and learn more things about like marketing. Thumbnails is like there's literally like psychology and like game theory. And there's a bunch of things
Hmm.
that come into gaming, and if you're able to put all of that together, you're gonna have like good product, and you're gonna be able to grow a community and be successful, which is kind of insane, to think about.
Oh,
Video games, they've
absolutely.
gone so far. Yeah.
Yeah, like gaming and like content creating, I gotta say the biggest part about it is the mental aspect. Cause
Yes.
like 3 months ago, I was gonna stop. I was 100% gonna stop. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't see myself going anywhere. I was like, why am I even, like, why am I doing this?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just kind of like I had to look back and think, you gotta have your own back. You gotta be your biggest supporter. And I mean, luckily I had my wife who pretty much told me to shut up, sit down and get on the computer. I was like, you'd never want me to do that. Um so yeah.
People change. People change.
Oh yeah. And
Just gotta have patience.
you just gotta be able to, you're gonna have the highs and then you're gonna have like the
Lows.
really lows
Yeah.
where I
Mm-hmm.
think, I mean, if you're at that low, the only way you can go is up.
Up. Yeah,
And,
yeah. I've heard that
like,
somewhere too.
yeah,
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 I love that quote. It's like if you're like rock bottom, there's only one way, and it's up. I love that.
absolutely.
We go upstream, baby.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. We go upstream.
Yes, sir. Well, it's been amazing to have you. It
Ah,
was an amazing podcast. We were able to talk about a lot of topics. It's time for you to promote yourself. So,
The
uh,
tell us
plug.
where the audience can find you
uh,
and,
well,
find your content.
well, before we do all that, a huge shout out to Upstream Gaming. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for reaching out to me. It was really funny how we all met. So that was
Yeah, yeah.
awesome. That was really awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I love what you gentlemen are doing. This is great. I can't wait to see where it takes both of you. Like this
Thank
is
you.
this is
Appreciate it.
awesome. And Team Vi has your back 100% because this is great.
Thank you, man.
Um, so yeah, socials NuVai NuVai for Twitch. Just add one little underscore.
Just one little.
Hopefully,
Don't
just
forget the
one character.
underscore. Well,
Cannot
but
forget that underscore.
we're gonna link it down below so that when we celebrate for the underscore, if people see it later on, they're gonna be able to find you anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
Instagram NU period VAI, TikTok NuVai, same thing. Also, you can find all my socials on my Twitch, twitch.tv/NuVai_. All my socials are linked in there, so all you got to do is give a little tippy tap, and you will be linked directly to it.
Go follow NuVai.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
His stream is such a vibe. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's chill. It's great. It's positive. All you need.
All we need.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today in the Upstream Gaming Podcast again.
Forgot the
My
name.
accent. I forgot the name of the own podcast. Nice. All right. Thank you for enjoying our content. Hope you guys learned, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.